Hello, happy new year, goats. It's 2025. I am your shepherd. Right there's the commissioner.
What's
I
up,
know.
man?
What's up?
2025.
What's up, man? How are you? How was
I'm
your New
doing good.
Year's?
It was good. It was just me, and I started going to bed about 10:30 West Coast time, but then the fireworks started going off. So then I found the comedian Matt Rife, looked him up
Okay.
on YouTube, and watched one of his shows for an hour and a half. I made it to midnight, so it was chilled.
That would have been 3 Eastern, midnight
Yeah,
Pacific.
yep.
Yeah, it was another New Year's Eve, all well and good. At this time of year, I just, keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it collective. There's a lot. I've got um there are family and close relative birthdays that are coming up in a couple of weeks. You want to fast forward a little bit, mine comes up in a couple of weeks. So it's not like there isn't anything that I necessarily need to do that's extracurricular, extra special, because we'll be gathering
Right.
within a short amount of time from now anyway.
Yeah.
So in any event, I don't mind watching it on TV. The productions in terms of people that perform or whatnot. I mean that's all well and good. Plus, I was distributing fantasy football funds.
Yes, you were.
Not necessarily to my own account.
No.
No, not for the league. No, the one league that I won is a charity league. Technically, I didn't even win the entire bowl, the Warrior Bowl. I won the league. You
Oh,
didn't win
nice.
the entire. Yeah, to me, it's not a. It's a fake championship.
Yeah.
It wasn't a real one. It wasn't a real one because like once the league got to week 17, and again, much like the Invitational, um, it was by points. So like no one in my actual league itself were playing for the actual Warrior Bowl in week 17.
Mm.
It's some semantics, nevertheless.
Yeah.
Again, it's basically how they set their league up.
Yeah.
In any event, Rhino, before we begin, we are going to pass out some fantasy football
Let's do it.
awards. We've got several categories, so we'll get into all like the fun stuff. Before that, though, I do want to on a serious note, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in New Orleans. Some
Yeah.
senseless nonsense that's still taking place to ring in the New Year's. I mean, so again, that just goes right to my theory on New Year's and kind of being a quote unquote fake holiday.
I like that. I agree. I agree.
I mean, what did anything really change? Unfortunately, not. Nevertheless, for the people in that city that are affected at this point, again, our thoughts and prayers are with them. But
Yeah.
just because the date changed, nothing really changed.
No.
But let's put that aside because you're not here for that. We're not here for
No.
that. A big reason why we do play fantasy, and I don't gotta tell you this. I don't gotta tell anybody that's watching this. It's to have a measure of some sort of escape.
Oh yes. Oh, big time. Big time. This is the reality of what's actually of going on.
Whether it be from stuff like that or your own personal stuff.
Mhm.
It does provide a measure of escapability. You don't ever really escape from something, but at least
No.
if we could give you 45 to an hour, us here, the Fantasy Goats, if we could provide you guys with something that will take your mind off of something that's happening within your own personal lives or from outside forces, outside factors that aren't even directly affecting you.
Yeah.
Because again, remember this. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, whichever one it is. I'm not. But some people actually get indirectly affected.
Yeah.
from stuff like this.
Big time.
Like just indirectly. Like again, let's put it aside. Let's get to the good stuff.
Let's do it, man.
Let's get to the good stuff. But I do have a trivia question for you.
All right, let's see if I'm smart enough.
Before we
what is it? Give it to me.
Hi, Sniper. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mel.
Yeah, we'd love for you to play along because I mean, just A, it's funny, getting the Sniper's commentary. B, the Sniper's a fantasy champion with tremendous insights. Tremendous insights. She didn't even set her lineups. She still won. No, yeah. Well, at least look. This is kind of old from before Sunday. So I mean, I'm not sure if that really took place Sunday. Like it's like 12:30. It's like, let me perhaps make this adjustment or that do this edit.
Congratulations on the championship.
Yes, she's bragging. It's okay. You could brag here.
You can brag.
We're proud of you. I'm certainly proud of you. Second season ever playing the game. Maybe let's Sniper. Let's play along. Rhino, who scored more touchdowns this season so far through 17 weeks? The New York Giants. The New York Giants, the New England Patriots, or Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase scored. Jamar Chase scored more touchdowns than the New York Giants, and the New England Patriots, I think, scored one more touchdown than Jamar.
Sure,
Chase.
the Raiders were probably up there too. About almost close to what Jamar.
Jamar mother effing big dogs Chase. All right, so let's pass out some awards. Now we've got how many categories did we decide on here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10 categories. They're ranging from each position to, your waiver wire to your busts, the whole gamut. We're going to start with this one, Rhino. I want to get it out of the way. It's Sniper's favorite category, but nevertheless, we are going to lead off with it.
Tight end of the year.
Tight end of the year. Now, again, knowing that there is, a specific category for Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to lump, one of the obvious choices here into the tight end category, or do you want to keep it to a veteran?
No, Brock Bowers was the tight end of the year. Even Kelsey, you know what? No, I'll change that. McBride was tight end of the year. 105 receptions. Over 1,000 yards. I say Trey McBride was tight end of the year.
He certainly was a target hog. He had a ton of targets. He had a ton of receptions. Without even looking, he's got to be at somewhere around 1,100, 1,200 yards, something like that.
And one touchdown against the Rams.
And one touchdown.
I think I probably called that too last week. Congratulations on your championship, and our hearts and our prayers are with you and everybody else in Louisiana. It's not.
Damn, Quincy Goat. Yeah, I'm going to echo those sentiments that Rhino just said. And yeah, I'm glad that you're okay, first and foremost. Secondly, that sucks. It sucks. Sniper says Kittles.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. But...
Sniper also says that she's a tight end hog. Okay. All right, Sniper. You're a tight end hog. You love tight end. You think tight ends are premium. I know that. I don't know about hog. I said hog. I think of
A hog or a hoarder?
I think of pigs, right? I think when I hear hog, I think of pigs.
Yeah, a hoarder. That's more like it.
Well, we want to congratulate both of you guys
Yep.
once again.
And anybody else out there won championships this week?
Fantastic seasons.
It's
Fantastic seasons.
It's a good feeling to win.
Sure is. Sure is. Yeah, Trey McBride is a good choice. There's George Kittles is a good choice. I'm leaning a little. I think my knee-jerk reaction would be Trey McBride, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of feeling Mark Andrews.
Really?
I know it's not like the sexy one. I think it's because he started out of the gate slowly.
Right.
He started out of the gate slowly. Everybody was nervous, worrying about this dude. And come week 5 was a good game. Week 5 was a good game. 4 catches on 5 targets. From there, it was smooth sailing.
Okay, let me ask you a question then.
It was smooth sailing.
If you take Andrews out of the game,
4, 5, 6, 7. And
don't you have somebody just like pretty much smoothly walk on in with Likely, and then the other tight end, Kotler?
There's no other tight.
Yeah, if you take McBride away from Murray, he's screwed.
All right.
Trey McBride is more important to Murray than Mark Andrews is Lamar Jackson. Does that make sense?
Of course, it makes sense.
Because they could fill Isaiah Likely.
Of course, it makes sense. But it actually sounds like the quarterback MVP type of analogy or comparison.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. Look, again, I don't really think there's any right or wrong here, especially with the guys that we're going to either A, award, or B, nominate and then award, or let Sniper and Quincy award. 12 and 14 sucked. You talking about the buys? The bye weeks? 12 and 14? Nah, Henry. Well, so Sniper brings up a pretty decent point here. I think what Sniper is referring to when she says Derrick Henry here is like, well, if you take away Mark Andrews, is Lamar the same? Yeah. Well, and you're saying yes because he has Isaiah Likely and perhaps the other tight end, another backup tight end. Yeah, Sniper is suggesting, well, no, I think if you take away Derrick Henry, are the Ravens the same altogether? And it's a valid point. It is. I mean, although the Ravens went pretty deep into the playoffs last season, working with Gus Edwards, yeah. So,
and to a measure, Kenton Mitchell. So
that's gonna be a major narrative moving forward from this next month. I would say, let's see what the Ravens do.
Yeah.
Let's see if they actually get to the Super Bowl. Let's see if they can beat the Chiefs. Because if they don't, then it's going to be like, well, what did you get? What did Derrick Henry really do for you?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting debate to have definitely in a few weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks from now, let's move on here, goats. Now we should probably define ADP value player of the year as in, I guess, your best draft pick at value. So like who was the one player that was going in the round that you drafted him in and wound up doing really well? The ADP value, your value player of the year.
Mine would be Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving or Chase Brown.
I thought you were going to go Chase Brown first.
Yeah. They're
Yes.
both going about the same, around the same rounds, later in the rounds.
I think Bucky had to have been going later.
Yeah.
I think he
But I
was.
think
Yeah, that's both
maybe
again.
Bucky Irving.
Both again, very, very good
They're
selections.
both.
Very good
I mean, they're
choices.
both pretty much league winners.
I don't know. Yeah. Mine would have been mine is yours, or at least your first thought, Chase Brown. That was going around that, with math. So around ADP of 72 to 90-ish.
Yeah.
90-ish, maybe even a little bit later, somewhere in that range between 72 and 90. Let's say 78 and 100. Anywhere in that 8 to 9,
I
9
think
to
that right
10.
there between 75 and 100.
That was mine. Chase Brown.
Yeah.
Once he took over for Zach Moss, it was game over.
Oh, just
It was game over from there. Now Bucky Irving, again, if it wasn't that long ago, but I mean, so much has gone on between then and now. If I had to, if I had to look back at like one of our draft boards or a couple of draft boards, I'm almost certain that Bucky Irving went a little bit after Chase Brown, but it couldn't have been by much. Couldn't have been by much at all. Chase Brown wants Zach Moss. Oh, Chase Brown. Speaking of Brown, the Bengals got everything to play for. There's no resting starters this week for the Bengals.
Is Brown playing?
A high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Unfortunate also, but tough. Khalil Herbert might play.
Oh, he's probably going to play. Because they're playing for a playoff spot, so it's kind of important. So I think they'll play. I think they'll probably sit Chase Brown because they feel confident they'll get a playoff spot. If they do, they'll have a healthy Chase Brown the week after. I'm not sure how bad the high ankle sprain is. It looked worse when he got tackled. I thought
it was his knee.
Same here. Yep. I was like,
his knee.
Crap, there goes his knee, man. So
not Rhino. It was one of the. I don't even know if that wasn't even full contact.
No, he was running.
No, that wasn't full contact. That was like him awkwardly attempting to sit down at the 1 yard line. So then he awkwardly misstepped, or I don't know, when it was just an awkward looking, okay, let me sit down. So I thought at first it was his knee that may have been the part of the body that got screwed there. But no, so if a high ankle sprain is something that you have to be concerned about also now, though, I don't know how fast of a healer this dude is. Nevertheless, Khalil Herbert, Zach Moss. All right, I'm with both of those selections. Bucky Irving is going to be second round draft pick next year.
Yes, he will be.
By all measures. He's about,
most definitely.
He's over 1,100 rushing yards, and I believe he may have 250, 300 in receiving as well. 11 total touchdowns. A fantastic season for the Bucky.
Yeah, I think is halfway through.
Sniper, you're gonna want to bookmark that name.
Yeah. Very much so.
I got a Golden Goat Championship trophy. Well, you are a goat. You're a goat.
Snack, probably.
You're a goat. Yeah. Bucky Irving, man. Makes me sad. Makes me sad for Rashad White, but not really. All right, let's move on.
But it is sad, but Rashad White is still a playable running back because the receiving aspect.
Yeah, but
But he's not. He'll go. He'll be in the dead zone easily, running backs or beyond.
yeah, he's not going to be in the dead zone. He's lost his snaps to Bucky Irving. He's just he's going to be a third down back, change of pace type of back. He does have that pass catching ability, but he's just like he ain't going to be on the field enough.
No,
he's not going to be on the field enough. The one thing, I know that this isn't a lessons learned show. This is an award show, but one of the lessons that we can take away from the 2024 season is the fact that we have now seen the rise, the reemergence of the bell cow running back.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's amazing. The running back that teams have used just one. Gotten him the majority of the snaps. There's only a handful of teams where it was like the other way around going into the season or 2 years ago. There's only a few teams, handful of teams that are switching back and forth.
Yeah,
interchangeable. Rashad White. It started that way for the Bucs, I would say, but I don't think they. The Bucs will tell you that they knew what they had in Bucky Irving by draft. Of course they can. I mean, what else would they say? But I think even behind closed doors, they would say to themselves, "Man, we got ourselves a fucking rock star."
Yeah, and there's a nice crop of running back coming in the draft next year too. It's a heavy draft for running backs.
Well, you're our draft prospects analyst, Commissioner Rhino.
Me and AB, yeah. I DM'd them today, talking about I can't wait to chop it up, man. So
and to chop it up for the goats.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Quarterback of the year. Joe Burrow.
It's Joe Shiesty.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
It's Joe Shiesty.
We don't need to play corporate games here, so we can pick who we want. So I'm saying Joe Burrow.
So Joe Burrow, I was looking at it yesterday. Sniper's trophy. It's nice. I got one just like that, as a matter of fact. And with that record, I won't say the record. You could say the record. It has nothing to be It's nothing to be down on because you see that all the time. But look, your team got hot and played very, very well when it counted. They did enough to get you past week 14, and then they blew away the 1 seed or 3 seeds, whatever the case has been. Yeah, so Rhino, don't talk to me about Josh Allen. I get it. Don't talk to me about Lamar. I agree. I get it. Joe Shiesty. All right. Could you imagine if Joe Shiesty actually had some rushing touchdowns?
Yeah.
But he doesn't. That's okay. That's okay. And I was looking at this yesterday, Rhino, and I know he's got he's got 3 or 4 number 1 finishes. We might as well just be accurate with it as opposed to me second guessing and trying to rely on my memory, which is shot. It's shot, Sniper. Okay? I'll make fun of myself. Where is Joe Shiesty? Come on. Here he is. I was looking at it yesterday because I just wanted to see. Yeah. Okay. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 top 10 finishes.
Yeah.
Top 10 going into week 18. He's got 3 number 1 finishes. He's got a number 2 finish within that top 10. He's got a number 3 finish within that top 10. And then there's a 1-7, and some of them are 10s.
And people might say, "Oh, well, he has Jamar Chase. He has T Higgins, but how often do really T Higgins and Jamar Chase play with each other this season, all season long? Higgins. I don't buy in that. I'm not buying that at all. Still got to throw the damn ball, and it's not like the Bengals have the best O line either. He just throws it, man. He just calm, cool, collected, just bam.
Last time he had 40. He's got 42 on the year and 8 interceptions. He's at 46-41. These are his, like, he didn't win the MVP that year, but these are his Super Bowl season numbers.
Yeah. And somebody asked him about the MVP race, and he's like, "You gotta win games. You gotta have a winning record. So I'm a winning record. Well, what am I gonna do about it?"
It's true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. Get him some freaking defense. And Mel, Lamar scored points. And Lamar, let me tell you something. When Lamar first broke into the league, and a lot of people were high on him, and I wasn't one of them because he just wasn't a good passer. He ran all over the place like a running back. And he was explosive and prolific. And it wasn't until a few seasons ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 seasons ago, where he started to become a better passer of the football. He started to become, he was starting to read his actual play better. Make his reads or his what's the progressions. Thank you. Yeah, so Lamar. Look, you can't really argue against Lamar.
No,
we're gonna go with Joe Shiesty here. Joe Shiesty.
It's our award show. We give out our awards.
Sniper gives out her awards too. That's okay.
She can do a Sniper awards show if she wants to.
Sniper, do you like our background? Kind of like, a transitioning background? Kind of, sort of. All right, we're going to go back to the next skill position player, wide receiver player of the year. Now, keep in mind, again, Rhino, if you want to use the same player more than once, just like, music artists get more than one award. I get it. That's fine. It won't be like that interesting here. So, like, we know if we have an idea, or if your most valuable fantasy player of the year is a wide receiver, you may want to go with it could be the same, but maybe think about selecting 2 different players, if that makes sense to you.
All right, I'll say Rashad Bateman.
I was reaching for like the end button. I was looking for the end button.
Your face is priceless, dude. You've already say what are you smoking out there in California? Jamar Chase.
All right. Can't argue with it.
No. I mean Justin Jefferson too, but I like Jamar Chase. I mean he's on the way getting winning the Triple Crown.
He is.
That's hard to do.
Who was the last wide receiver to win the Triple Crown?
Cup did. Cooper.
What's the talk on the streets regarding Cooper right now?
Oh,
I mean, I'm asking.
Coach speak is he's doing everything that he needs to do, and they're happy with him.
Isn't he?
But he's
of course
he's not. Yeah, he's not getting the separation he used to.
So I guess that's what I was about to allude to. That's what. He's
not wide receiver 1 no more.
They're certainly happy with him because when he's a football player. So when he's on the field, he's probably doing absolutely the right football thing, the
Yeah,
right
he's doing
football
little stuff.
play.
He's blocking downfield for running backs and stuff like that.
Exactly. He's probably doing everything that he's supposed to in terms of when the
Mhm.
play is not supposed to be for him or where
Yeah.
he's not obviously the first read. And we talked about this over the weekend where it was a matter of oh yeah, starting Marvin Harrison. Okay, so the advanced metrics on Marvin Harrison, he was still getting really all right, not really. He was still getting good first read share. He was still getting good target share. He was still getting good air yard share. And in that game was Cooper Cup. And it's like almost like the opposite
Yeah.
because the effect of Puka Nakua's those same metrics for Marvin Harrison Jr., Puka Nakua's metrics are even greater than that. So
Yeah.
that takes away for Cooper Cup. Never again, look, again, this would be a good football conversation to have once the offseason officially hits,
Yeah.
in like 5, 6, 7 weeks from now. But wide receiver of the year would be Jamar Chase, hands down. I can't think
Yeah.
like Justin Jefferson's like he's like I guess maybe you give him the silver. Who if we were really doing like gold, silver, bronze, who would it be? Justin Jefferson to get the silver at this time?
Yeah.
I suppose it is. I suppose the numbers aren't that close though.
No, they're not.
They're not that close. All right. CeeDee Lamb may have been on that way, especially if Dak would have
He was definitely on that way.
stayed upright.
All right.
Yeah, what's up, young native? Welcome to the Fantasy Goats YouTube channel. Wentz playing for Andy Reid is a game that he respects a lot for a coach he looks up to. Wentz
Yeah.
playing for Andy Reid is a game that Carson Wentz. Was Andy Reid still there? No.
No, that was Doug Peterson, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was Doug Peterson.
Or was it Nagy?
I don't remember Nagy being a head
No,
coach.
Nagy was Chicago. So it was
Yeah.
Doug Peterson.
I don't even remember that. So yeah, Wentz. Let me tell you something interesting, young native. So my father likes to gamble, and he's like the line in Kansas City Chiefs. I don't understand. The Chiefs are getting 14, 15 points. And I said, yeah, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to play. Carson Wentz is. He's like, yeah, but I heard somewhere where teams shouldn't be resting their starters.
What?
All right. Well, there are people out there like Dan Campbell doesn't rest his starters. People like to play their players for the momentum and whatnot. Yeah. So I said to him, yes, some coaches do want to continue to play their players through, and they look at the data and they look at the probability of injury, and they say, yeah, you know what, let's go, let's continue to play our guys. But when it comes to this situation, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, they haven't lost a football game in God knows how long, except like one football game in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and plus Mahomes is nursing an ankle injury too.
They're battle tested. They don't need that type of repetition.
No.
Like Mahomes will be fine. The Chiefs are going to be fine. And if anything, it's going to make them even better, make them healthier. Yeah. So yeah, I just found that the juxtaposition, I believe, is the word for it. Where okay, you got X amount of coaches want their players to continue to go, continue to have all the momentum, muscle memory, so on and so forth. Now on the other hand, you've got you have the Chiefs and the 2-time MVP, a 2-time Super Bowl champ, blah 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 blah, sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
I think the Rams going to play Puka like one series because he's like 10 yards away from 1,000 yards. He'll be the first Ram in Ram history to have back-to-back 1,000 yards seasons.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which is crazy to me, thinking about like Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt and some other great ones they've had in the past. But yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be look, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
That's the one team I wouldn't worry about at all. The Rams, I mean, I get it. Stafford's no spring chicken. I get it. And again, that's McVay's philosophy. He wants their bodies to kind of recharge, I guess.
Yeah. There's talk that Stafford's hurt a little bit too. So
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Let's go to a nice one. This is a good one.
this is a good one.
It's a good one. So if you
This is a
need
really good one.
if you need about 5 seconds to think about it,
No, because
take 5 seconds.
the first person that came to my mind was Jalen McMillan.
Okay.
That was the first person that came to my mind.
Bucks are doing well tonight.
Yeah.
The way, I'm sorry, is that your final answer? Because the way it sounded as if the first person that comes to my mind is Jalen McMillan. Yeah, he finished strong.
Yeah.
Definitely finished strong.
I mean, Bucky, if you didn't draft Bucky Irving, then actually, you know what? No. I think probably Sam Darnold might be the waiver wire pickup of the year.
Was he waiver wire?
I think he's waiver wire a lot of leagues.
He may have been.
Yeah.
He definitely
Because if he was drafted, he's being drafted as we'll just draft him. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, they weren't sure if it was going to be McCarthy or Darnold. So I think Darnold. I'll say Darnold.
He certainly wasn't drafted in redraft.
No. So my answer, Darnold.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's scorching one. a lot of people are waiting for this young man to fail for some reason.
Darnold, yeah.
I don't even know if we could call him a young man. He's a veteran now for several years. He's played for several teams.
He's only like 28 years old though.
Is McConnell? I know.
Yeah.
I know that. I know. And has KOC unlocked this dude? Is he the real quarterback whisperer? There's rumors swirling that they'll shop McCarthy before they let Darnold walk. I mean, again, we got to see how that plays out. I'm going to go with a one player. So it wouldn't have been McMillan for me. It wouldn't have been, it wouldn't be Darnold either. I'm going to go with like one of these true, waiver wire guys. You just you scooped up and it was like magic for a short amount of time anyway. And that's going to be Jordan Mason.
Oh.
Jordan Mason. Yeah. This was an early one.
Yeah.
Early. You had to have.
He was leading the league in rushing yards.
Early. Yes. Out of the first 5 games, I believe he had 3 100-yard seasons or
games.
3 over 100 yards. Yeah. So there's 3 out of those 5 first 5 weeks over 100 yards. And I believe out of the first 5 weeks, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't give us much in the passing game.
No.
As CMC would have. But I think if you had Jordan Mason, you came out of it to start your season relatively good, especially if you were the CMC owner, and especially if you were the dude that, snatched him off the wire while the CMC owners were kind of like sleeping or kind of like waiting for you. The best move was to have been able to read the tea leaves on what was happening with CMC, right? So this is mid-August, the 3rd week of August. I'm talking about early.
Yeah.
Early. Well, preseason still. Preseason.
If people were smart about it, they would have.
You had to have been on top of the injury news or he's not practicing in full. Then all of a sudden it was He's going to Germany. Once he was going to Germany, that should have told you everything that you needed to know. That he wasn't coming back to play week 1.
Yeah, but it's funny
he was
because
put on
a lot
IR.
of people, a lot of owners had him starting still the first week, and then all of a sudden was scrambling the night before when news broke out that he wasn't playing. He won't be playing probably for a couple weeks into what being almost 3 months. You know. Cuckoo Cuckoo, the Walrus, Mike Holden.
What about Shannon Sharp? Shannon Sharp up for an award?
Oh no, he's already in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It would be cool if Pacheco want to play it. I mean, that's the other thing. So, like the Chiefs, they're off after this week, so it's going to give. Hopefully, it's going to give Isaiah Pacheco a little bit more time to heal up if he needs to be healed up. A lot of people are already starting to raise a flag on Isaiah Pacheco altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just look. Not every running back winds up smashing.
Well,
but yeah,
he's coming off a broken fibula, right?
Yeah,
that you don't come back strong.
It's an issue.
Pollard was proof of that.
It's an issue. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's a broken bone, and these guys run around for a living.
And they get hit right there too. You know.
Yeah,
come on, man.
It's problematic. It certainly is.
Oof.
Now we were just singing the praises of the reemergence of the bell cow, or like the majority, like the 75-25 type of split, or not necessarily the even 50-50 or 55-45. We are singing the praises of the return of the running back. Yeah, you've got a lot to you got some good ones to choose from here.
I know, but the obvious one is Barkley. Over 2,000 yards. Kyren Williams is number 3 running back in the NFL.
Now,
and I think Barkley has 900 more yards than him. He has 300 more yards than Henry. I think Henry's at 1,700. That's just crazy, man. And then plus you add in the value of catching. His only downfall is the fact that is the fact that Hurts snipes his freaking goal line touchdowns.
Okay,
otherwise he have a shitload of touchdowns.
So that's what I was going to say. Would it help if I reminded the good Commissioner Rhino that we're kind of passing out fantasy awards, not necessarily Saquon and his 2,000 yards? Yeah. Does he lose out on this award? Which very deserving. But he won't be. I don't think
if he's averaging 150 yards,
2, 4,
let's say almost
5, 6, 7, 8.
What was the total line scrimmage 10, yard?
11, 12, 13. Yeah, he's got a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah,
so, I mean he's got a good amount of touchdowns.
Yep.
And he does have a receiving touchdown. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns, as a matter of fact.
Right.
He's just never. He doesn't have more than 4 catches in the game. All right. So I mean, like,
when you have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith,
and just less passing volume altogether.
Yeah.
Just total less passing volume. Totally. Yeah, I would most likely. I would have to give this a Saquon.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's gonna finish RB1.
Yeah, I think Kyren Williams has 13 rushing touchdowns. I think Henry has 14.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He has 13 rushing touchdowns. He's going to finish with 13 rushing touchdowns and add on another 2 receiving.
So 15.
15 total touchdowns. 2,000 yards rushing.
And probably 500 yards. No, probably about 300 yards from receiving. So about 2,300 yards from scrimmage yards.
It's a good season, Saquon.
Yeah. Even a standard league, that's good.
278 receiving.
Yeah. That's good.
That takes care of that. Mad Max Corleone. The
How you
goat.
doing, brother?
The goat
Hope you
of
had a nice New Year's.
The goat of goats. Happy New Year to you. You're at work,
New Year's
man.
to everybody out there.
You're at work. You got. Don't worry. We got you covered. We got you covered all season, off season.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Sniper? I hope the Lions kick the Vikings' ass this week. Get the SFPL. You don't get the SFPL? Then I thought we had a small conversation about the SFPL. Man, Max Corleone, another GOAT champion.
Yeah.
So
he won a couple, didn't he?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure. The SFPL, the fantasy playoffs. Well, just like, I mean, you gotta look at it this way. It's the playoffs. One team moves on to the next round. The next team that loses is done. If you're gonna play each round in the playoffs, your roster. Now I forgot the actual roster setting. So like I think it's Superflex. But no. Okay, so in my fantasy league, you could start between 1 and 2, up to 2 quarterbacks. You could start between 1 and 3 running backs. So it's like that. In any event, you have to start a total of, I don't know, 10 players, let's say. Now, based on the games that are actually being played, like the wild card round, you got all those games. You're going to pick the players that you think are going to do well. But here's the catch. Here's the caveat, right, Rhino? If you're picking a player, let's say for argument's sake, you want Bucky Irving to go that wild card weekend. And if he does really well, so great job picking Bucky Irving, and the Bucks win next round, can't use Bucky Irving.
If the Bucks make it to the playoffs.
All right. So wait, let's hypothetically, the Bucks are playing in the wild card. Okay, if they make it this week. And the Bucks, you want Bucky Irving. He plays, the Bucks lose. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Because next round, you have to pick another running back or another 2-3 running backs. You don't have him to choose. You already used him, and he already played.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm probably not explaining it as well as I probably could, or at least explaining it as best as if it was in front of me. And my fantasy league, that site is actually kind of shitty also. In other words, Rhino, if you had the object, the strategy is to have the best players still available to you,
right?
Come the Super Bowl. Now, you kind of have to project and project and predict, Mel. So if you think the Super Bowl is going to be, again, for argument's sake, the Eagles versus the Ravens, you don't choose Derrick Henry in round 2.
No.
You don't choose Saquon Barkley in round 3. But you have to consider this. You want to be scoring points per round, so you're high up in the stand. You don't want to be at the bottom of the standings, right? You're trying to pick the best players that are going to score and do well for you. At the same time, you're kind of throwing them away because you can't use them again. You're reserving players keeping them in your pocket for later rounds,
Mm-hmm.
but they may lose. Like let's say the Lions. The Lions, perfect example. You think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl, and let's say the Lions have to play. Let's say they don't get the bye, and they have to play in the first round. Now you think they're going to the Super Bowl, yet the Lions lose. They get upset. You lost. Not only did you not get those points from those Lions players that game, but now there are no more Lions to choose from.
Yeah.
Okay. 3/4 of my lineups and half my legs. Always talking about your legs. I know you're talking about your leagues. I know. Don't fault me for my mind not working the right way. Rhino, this is a good one.
Rookie of the year. Brock Bowers.
Jack Bowers. Nope. So you didn't want him for the tight end of the year.
No, I want Brock Bowers. I mean, I think only because I think
you could go with
because this is Brock Bowers.
Okay. I'm not going Brock Bowers. Didn't score enough.
No,
I'm not. That wouldn't be my choice.
Jaden Daniels, your choice?
I want to go with one of the wide receivers. I do. Brian Thomas Jr. won me over. But part of me also says that team just so lousy shitty, despite the shitty quarterbacks that he has. What if they would he have put up the same numbers if like Kirk wouldn't have gotten hurt or Evan Ingram wouldn't have gotten hurt or if they had a better running game or a better line?
Well, that's what's impressive about Brock Bowers. His competition.
So like a lot. So that I mean, I want to say Brian Thomas Jr. and for very much the same reason I would put Malik in there as well. However, I have to go Jaden Daniels. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to because that young man has won me over as well. We knew that we were going to get that rushing utility from him.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to get that. We knew he was going to score that way. What we weren't sure about, what we weren't, we were not skeptical, but what we were kind of like, looking for was how he was going to be as a passer.
Mm.
He far exceeded the expectation.
Yeah.
Far exceeded the expectation. He comes in just around QB5, I believe.
Yeah.
QB5 right now for a rookie. Got to give credit to the coaching staff there. But you also got to give credit to Jaden Daniels. I mean, he is everything that, he is as advertised plus more. He is, I'm glad I remember this because this concerns me, Rhino, a little bit, but let me know what your thoughts are. He reminds me of Kyler Murray when he first came into the league. Well, Kyler Murray rushed all over the place and ran and was also a good passer of the football. And then that's all gone to hell, basically.
I think Jaden Daniels has better work ethic and a higher IQ, quarterback IQ. Because remember one thing about Murray is there was a point when they weren't sure if he was going to go professional baseball or football. He chose football because of the money. That's it.
He chose football
because of the money.
For the money, he would have made more as a baseball player.
No, not a rookie contract. No,
not a rookie contract.
No.
Yeah, but in any event, you've got to give it to this dude. He's gotten the Commanders into the playoffs. Like the last time they won was like pre-COVID. Yeah, good stuff. Jaden Daniels is it for me.
Yeah,
and Quincy, and the Quincy goat. Well, we got a couple more here, right? We got a couple more. Where are we? That's quarterback, right? Or no, that's rookie.
Yeah. Ooh.
Of course, there's a spelling error, and my OCD. We're just gonna leave it alone. Breakout, baby, breakout. So how do we want to define breakout? We could define breakout as like, I guess someone that has met and has exceeded and has exceeded his expectations, as in terms of production. In terms of production, breakout player, yeah, someone that's going to go from, a fantasy bench player, a fantasy stash, to now someone that's going to be highly drafted.
Chase Brown for me.
Yeah. I'm JSN.
Yeah. Chase Brown for me.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to JSN.
You can.
JSN, who's over 1,000 yards.
Prerogative.
Well, yeah. Of course.
But that was expected of him. That was expected of him last year. This wasn't what Chase Brown did.
We expected
because we were getting hate. We were getting hate from people.
We expected it from Chase Brown, though.
No, but no, everybody expected it last year that he'd be like that last year.
Chase Brown?
No, JSN.
JSN
as a nowhere, man.
No. Right. So last season, JSN was. We expected a better season out of JSN last season, without question, without a doubt. And then you can look to a few things as to why that took place, why he did not exceed the expectations that we had for him, being a high draft pick from the Seahawks. But we all doubled down on it. We doubled down on JSN. For many of the same reasons, the talent, the fact that Tyler Lockett wasn't going to be much of a thorn on his side in the passing game, as someone that JSN could easily just sidestep in the pecking order in terms of getting the receptions from Geno. And then the new coaching staff that told us that they had to get him more involved, that they had to get him the ball. Yeah, JSN right now over 1,000 yards. He's got close to 100 catches, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, one of the GOATs, but I'm pretty sure he's got 100 balls.
No, he's got good numbers, but it was what was expected of him. So how's that a breakout? Nobody expected Chase Brown to do what he did.
Well,
put this way, okay.
I think
Jason put up numbers where he was drafted at, correct? Chase Brown put up better numbers than where he was drafted at. Does that make sense?
What you're saying makes sense, but no. JSN's numbers right now, the raw stat line through 17 weeks are not. Those aren't the stats that you would draft a 7th rounder in. No, those are much less. I mean, these are far greater than that.
But people were drafting Chase Brown rounds 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Earlier. Okay, look. We're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
We're splitting hairs right now.
Your hair or my hair?
My hair, for sure.
Because I have no more hair to split.
Well, we can split some on your chin if you like.
No.
Nevertheless, well, I mean, yeah. I think the wide receiver position also, it's a little trickier, right? I mean, he's got to compete with other guys that are on the field. Granted, one of them was Tyler Lockett. But like, look at what we're doing in terms of course, the entire. All right. So let me put you this way. Let's take Chase Brown out of the equation for a second, because again, fantasy wise, he was fantastic. In terms of betting on him, it was a victory. Could you think of another just wide receiver? Or you know what? Yeah, no. Let's keep it within the same position for a second. Could you think of another wide receiver that would fit the bill in terms of breaking out into the season? Breakout. Like, I've arrived. Breakout, right? Breakout.
Maybe Jordan Addison.
That'd be a good one. That is a good one. Jordan Addison had a pretty good season last year, too. It was better than this dude's wide receiver. It was better than JSN's season, but I think Jordan Addison has even elevated himself even greater, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would put Jordan Addison in there though. We're talking about someone that did crappy last year, and is now definitely arrived, definitely met that crappiness, and then doubled it almost, one way or another. Like the touchdowns aren't that high. They're really not. You're catching 100 balls. I mean, in his second season, you're close to 1,000 yards or over 1,000 yards at this point. I would give it to JSN here.
You can. I'm giving it to Chase Brown.
Okay. And our last category, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tommy Goat.
Yeah.
How are
There
you,
you go,
Tommy? Congratulations, Goat. Man, motherfucking-lations.
Fantasy Football 2024 MVP.
Give us an MVP, guys. Sniper. Who's your MVP?
Yeah, you guys.
Not Josh Jacobs.
No.
Romeo. Yeah, Romeo. I won 2 out of 3. Thank you. Great advice. Go, Pack, go. Oh, boy, yeah. I think I remember Tommy also being a Packer with Sniper. That's okay. We love the Pack. The football MVP. Fantasy football of 2024.
I have to say Jamar Chase. I can say Jamar Chase. I mean, Triple Crown.
Tommy's going with T. T probably won your league for you. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let's pretend that the NFL gives their MVP award to a non-quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chase. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
No. Not at all.
Now, I mean, if we had to lump the quarterback into this, you'd probably have to go with Josh Allen, because he means more to that team than anybody else.
Oh yeah, he's done more with less.
Absolutely. He's got nothing there. He's got Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Okay, Khalil Shakir is a good football player. They're all, I mean, shit, if you're in the NFL, you're a good football player. He's got nothing. They let Stephon Diggs walk. They've got James Cook. Okay. They barely hit.
And James Cook could fall in that category of breakout player of the year too.
James Cook could be a breakout player. Okay. Which one?
Vikings, Detroit, or Green Bay.
Green Bay, I don't think need to.
Oh no, they're probably.
I think they're kind of locked into their spot, aren't they?
Yeah.
Even if the loser of the Lions Vikings game moves to the 5 seed, I don't think from there, all you're waiting on really is what? There may be some movement between 6 and 7.
Oh, they're playing the Bears.
Well, they don't need to have their starters to play them.
No.
They own the Bears. All right, so yeah, my MVP would be Chase. You want to call it bias? Call it bias. The numbers speak for themselves. So I mean,
The numbers, trouble. He's in the Triple Crown.
the numbers speak.
That's so hard to do, you know.
The numbers speak for themselves.
The contract year too.
True.
A boy's gonna get. He's gonna get paid.
True. In a contract year, because you didn't get the damn extension.
No.
And
He'll be almost $40 million a year, I bet.
And most of the community,
yeah,
if I remember correctly, most of the community all worried the first few weeks. Those first 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because then by week 3 against the Commanders, it was 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then he followed that up with 3 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. Week 5 against Baltimore was 2 touchdowns. All this dude did was score.
Yeah.
And we love that in fantasy. We love scoring. That's right, Sniper. Touchdowns, baby, touchdowns. If the Pack get the 6th seed, I believe they will play the Rams. And at the 7th seed, yeah, so yeah, there's
something like that.
There's the scenario.
If the Rams win, I think they're locked in for the 3rd seed right now. So they'll play the 6th seed, which could be it could be the Commanders or Green Bay. If I know that from what I remember reading.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. All right, guys. We'll be back.
Wait. Let me ask you a couple questions.
Uh-oh.
All right. What player that was drafted at ADP just fell far from the ADP that he was drafted at?
Oh, did I miss one?
No.
Player that
My head there. Yeah.
Player. So is this trivia or just my bust award?
Yeah. Your bust award.
Dalton Kincaid.
That's a good one.
Dalton Kincaid.
But really, there's only one correct answer.
Wait a minute. Then I'll give it a 2. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, you know why Zamir White doesn't qualify?
Because he was injured?
No.
Why?
You got to have we should have had a minimum snaps threshold.
Okay. That's funny because those are my 2 was a Kincaid and actually Romeo Dunze too.
Romo Dunze. Zamir White was going ahead of him. Zamir White is an absolute bust of gigantic proportion. If you it's hard to bust as bad as he did. To be that wrong. That's right, Sniper. We're not always right. We're not. But we're gonna be more right than we are wrong. I know that. Nevertheless, to be that wrong on a guy that was going in to the season as the lead back.
Mm-hmm.
That they brought in this other guy that can't run in between the tackles, nor can he run in his own concept either. It was all Zamir, and so no, it was based on where he was drafted, Rhino, as high as somewhere in those 60s.
Easily.
Right? 48 would be through 4. Mm-hmm. 60 would be through 5. So
anywhere 60 RBT in a lot of teams, I think.
60 to 72. Yeah. Anywhere between ADP 60 and 72 is Zamir White. Bust. Yeah. Dalton Kincaid is somewhere teetering along those lines.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid doesn't have more than 60 yards in a game this season.
None. Yeah, just fell off flat.
There was a game where he had 10 targets and had 30 yards.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that yesterday based on the Bust Award.
Is
Yeah.
there now? Is there?
I'm glad that you caught that because we went. I skipped right over it.
Is there a player that let's call this the just retire? Is there a player that just needs to go away?
Oh, we know who that is. That's easy. That's easy. The absolute franchise wrecker.
Yeah.
He may not play this week. It's being reported already.
Yeah.
And that might therefore be his final game. But who knows with him?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Jets, I know you asked me this last week regarding the head coaching and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it is being reported or not reported even, but it's going around like the Jets circles that Rex Ryan will get an interview.
And Ron Rivera too. What the hell?
They were talking Rivera also. Nobody wants Rivera. Nobody wants him at all. You know who else will most likely get an interview will be Brian Flores.
About Pete Carroll?
No, I haven't heard that name. I have not heard that name. And look, if you're going to hire Brian Flores, which I'm sure he's an excellent defensive coach, but if you're going to hire Brian Flores, you might as well hire Rex Ryan, who bleeds green.
Yeah.
Who actually
he would fix the culture.
Who knows the ins and outs of the New York Jets, right? Like he will clean that place up, but good. Absolutely.
And probably would tell the owner to go.
He'll hire the right guy.
Himself. Yeah.
He'll hire the right offensive guys. That's right.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we could wrap up there. Yeah, unless there's another one that I missed. Sniper. No. Tommy, Mad Max Corleone, Quincy Goat. We will be back this Friday. We're gonna make some money. We're going for 3 in a row.
Yes, we are. I got some good ones up here in my head too.
It'll be 3 in a row. We won't talk about the strategy now. We'll save that for the Friday show. For anyone that's going to be listening or is listening right now, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel. We will be back this Friday, 8 o'clock. TFS.
Let's go.
That's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What about SFPL? I mean, I'm trying to explain as best as I can. I mean, it's like, what about it, dear? You want to do like an SFPL type of review? We could do that. Join it. I did. I'm in the heel.
I'm not.
It's not weird. I'm in it. I did it last year too. I just forgot how to access it or sign up for it. My home league, sent Fantasy Cares a nice little contribution, and boom, I get a nice little link. Very, very, very simple. Or not a link, but like an e-ticket. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Rhino, did you want that? You could, let me know if you need it. The info. I can give that stuff to you. Sniper Mel, it is nice. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. We'll see you on Friday, 8 o'clock. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening, right?
Yep.